The whole world I wait for this. I make the beat drop off.
Good morning.
Good morning, good afternoon, guten tag. Nice and decent people. Manners and respect every single time. Welcome or welcome back to BBK Sports. Thank you. Thank you for tuning in, people. Now, it was a good night of sports for me, right? Because I consume all kind of sports. NFL action is in full blown. NFL playoffs in these United States is crazy. And living in Seattle being the number one team in the NFL right now, great place to be. NFL fans are having the time of their lives, tailgating and all them something there. Last night there was a game, a wicked game of NFL football on, and it was so glad to see Aaron Rodgers go the hell out the NFL playoffs. Ooh, I'm sorry for any Steeler fans that may come across this, but I can't stand that motherfucker. Now, Aaron Rodgers, that guy walks around like he's like the Arteta of the NFL when it comes to quarterbacks, not coaches, but a guy who walks around like he is the GOAT. Guy walks around like he is Tom Brady when he has the resume of Trent Dilfer. Has won Super Bowl, one. But carries himself and moves like he's Peyton Manning when he's not even as good as Eli. Eli Manning has 2 Super Bowls. And last night, a young kid, a kid that wasn't even in the NFL, well, a kid that wasn't even born when Aaron Rodgers was drafted, went to Pittsburgh and put 30 points on him. 30. Won by 24. Gave him their best chance to try to win, turnover after turnover, and limited the Steelers to not even getting a touchdown. It was so satisfying. Yeah, very satisfying NFL fix for me. I hope that doesn't get spoiled tomorrow when Arsenal Football Club decide to take the pitch in our because we have a semifinal judge at our club, right? Semifinals versus Villarreal. We know how that went. Semifinal home and away leg against Newcastle last year. The less said, the better. And then semifinal against PSG. The less said about that, the better. So we have a mental block at semifinals that we need to get over. A hurdle that we must clear in order for this season to mean something. In order for this season to really take a turn for the better. Take a turn to say that this version of Arsenal is different. This version of Arsenal is in a final in March. What? Then I will start to entertain some of the fuckery that I've been hearing from some of the faithful, from the Boytens, from the Ties of the world. I know I see Ty getting a lot of slack on the internet for saying that we're going to win the quadruple. I don't know why people get surprised at anything that Ty says anymore when Ty is the poster boy for delusion. Or at least that's what I thought before I started doing content. Ty is the poster boy for delusion. All Arsenal fans are not like that for the most part. And then I started doing content and I'm like, oh shit, it's not just Ty. It's hundreds of ties. It's thousands of ties. It's tens of thousands of ties. Damn it. I might even say there's hundreds of thousands of them. I may not go too far yet and say there's millions of them, but goddamn, there's a lot. But before I go any further, big up. Listen, big up to pivots, man. Big up to double pivots. I don't know what the hell just happened. StreamYard doing a StreamYard on me. StreamYard just did a StreamYard on me. What the hell's going on? Big up to Guna SE in the house. Big up to man like the Hendo Guna. What the fuck? The shit is just kicking me out the studio at will. I'm literally talking. I got hands up. I'm not clicking anything. And boom, just kicks me out the studio. StreamYard. What the fuck? I pay $500 a year for this, you know? Like I see some man say, hey, I StreamYard $40. Now I pay them for the year. I pay them, I buy the software. I don't pay them monthly. So I know they're paid. So I don't know what the hell's going on. And right now, I can't scroll through the comments. Big up to Hendo. What's the 2 songs before the return of the Mac? Shit, I'd have to play it. I'd have to play it to try to remember. Hold on, 1 second. So that's DMX, not drop. That's DMX. Oh, that's Big Pimpin'. That's Big Pimpin' and DMX and Cisco. What this just want from a yeah. Big up to Wahaha. This is gonna be a mad day. Something's going on. Something janky. Something really janky going on with StreamYard. I'm annoyed. I can't even get into a talking point. It's just gonna kick me out. I'm gonna time it now. See how long before it kicks me out again. And if it kicks me out again, I'm gonna exit studio and come back in. Completely exit studio. My God, this is embarrassing. StreamYard, what are we doing? I'm embarrassing myself on the internet. Mercy Soccer coming out of the Arsenal Academy. Now, this is one of them things where too much is being made of it. I'm going to be completely honest. You know, I'm hearing it from one extreme to the next. I'm hearing Bertha being blamed for cleaning house because he doesn't want Arteta, to it's Arteta's fault for failing per Merseyside. Maybe Per just wanted to go. I didn't think he was going to be here forever now, did we? I'm like, this, people come, people go. You know, it's it's not unusual for someone to do a job, do very well at it, and then move on. You know? And I'm sure Per loves Arsenal, but you love something and sometimes you want to move on from it. You know, there's always going to be extra stuff and stories about why this happened, why that happened, because it's Arsenal and it sells, it gets clicks and all them something there. But I'm not reading too much into it. Per, okay. Per, you came, you did your thing. But in the grand scheme of things, like, what do we have to show for anything that Per did? Not saying he did a bad job or he did a great job, but I do think too much is being made of the Merseyside thing. Crushed Pittsburgh last night, man. It was so satisfying, man. I can't stand Aaron Rodgers. I don't like that motherfucker. He's an arrogant prick, and his resume doesn't back up how he moves. He has 1 Super Bowl win. He has the same amount of Super Bowls as Trent Dilfer. Yeah, exactly who? Yeah, Trent Dilfer. You have to be a diehard NFL fan to know who Trent Dilfer is. He was a Super Bowl winning quarterback. Okay, I completely left the studio and came back in. Maybe that helps. Maybe. Hey, he has the same amount of Super Bowls as Trent Dilfer, and goddamn, Brad Johnson. Yeah, who? Yeah, Brad Johnson. Yeah, he was the winner of the 2002 Super Bowl with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The same amount. He only played in one, but dude walks around and acts like he's Tom Brady, bro. You know, man, like double pivot. Big up to you, my G. Hope you're good. Steelers lost last 7 of their consecutive playoff matches, something like that. It's not a good record. And the coach has been there for 20 years. Mike Tomlin has been there since 2006. So he probably will get sacked or relieved of his duties. The Pittsburgh Steelers are very quiet of how they go about their business. They're one of those franchises, right? Because the guy before him, Bill Cowher, he was there for damn near 20 years as well. Hey, man, welcome back. Social, big you up, my G. AFCON semis is on the same time as the Carabao semis. I'm not able. Oh, yeah, brother. I haven't watched one AFCON match from wire to wire. I've watched glimpse, and there is not one international match that can be on that can keep me away from the semis, unless I'm traveling or something. You know, maybe if the Reggae Boys playoffs was on, I'd have a decision to make. Big up to Brian. Big up to, hey man, at least you're not a Titans fans like I am. Hurrah! Right? Okay, I'm gonna hit you with this one, Brian. I live in Seattle, but I'm a Giants fan. So at least you're not a Giants fan. We won 3 games this year, bro. 3 games. Yeah, New York Giants. Oh shit! I just threw Eli's name in there to have a dig at Aaron Rodgers because as shit that Eli has been toward the end of his career, he did win 2 Super Bowls. Played in 2. That's just Mikael. Wenger made finals and won, especially at Wembley. Get us to Wembley. Get me to Wembley. I like our chances against anyone. Right? And speaking of anyone, you know, Man City plays Newcastle today, and I have to ask the faithful, who do you want? Who do you fancy in the final should we get there? Should Mikael finally get over the hump of his semi-final block? We want Newcastle or we want Man City. I know who I want. Either one of them, I still fancy us, right? But we may not be favorites against Man City. I'm gonna be in a one-off game. I'm not putting us as favorite against Pep. I'm sorry. Against Newcastle, I might say we're favorites, but no, I do fancy us against either one of them. It's a final. Get us there. So we're in round 5. We are in round 5. You know, Rex MFC all you want to, and Macclesfield and Grimsby. Listen, it can't happen, but this is what I want. Give me Wigan and Leicester play whoever. Leicester win them, and another League 1, League 2 side knock each other out in the next round. Yep, give me that. You know, let Brighton knock out Liverpool. Sorry, LFC monster. Yeah, I hope Brighton knock you out the FA Cup. Eliminate all the ops. That is just the tip of the iceberg. Big us people, right? Yeah, when I used to just watch content, I was like, okay, this is just this guy. Headphones. That's what we used to call them, headphones. In the studio in full kit with his headphones on to block out everyone, you know? But you start doing content and then you're like, yeah, there's hundreds of thousands of ties. I think I may have fixed it. But yeah, well, those, to anyone on the watchback, I apologize sincerely for those 5 to 7 minutes of complete madness. I don't know what was going on. I'm talking and then I just disappear off the screen and then I see myself backstage. Then I have to add myself back onto the stage. It's not an Arsenal fan thing. It's a football thing. You know why I say it's an Arsenal fan thing? I say it's an Arsenal fan thing because I've never seen Chelsea play a match, right? And then Turkish go do a fan reaction to a Chelsea game. But you see, man, like Henry Wright and Matisse do a fan reaction to every Arsenal game, and they are Tottenham and Chelsea fans. Right? There is big enough sample size out there of the fans who are content creators of how they move that tell you that it's an Arsenal thing. If you put it online, it will sell. Big up to social, man. Big up to you, my G. You know, Hendo always giving us the weather updates, you know. Yeah, man. Big up to that. Hey, we're up to 24 watching now, people. Yeah, I think I did that. I might have to do some StreamYard maintenance. Big up one and all. What have you done to the stream? I swear, I don't know what happened there, my G. It wasn't me. Yep, Edu did a great job for you and moved on to better things. Fucking Edu should be prosecuted for embezzlement of funds for making Kai Havertz the highest paid player at Arsenal Football Club before he even kicked the ball for us. I would forever bring this up, and then I have nothing but respect for Edu. He's an invincible, he's a part of the history of the football club. But that shit there needs to be answered for, my friend. If you're a doctor and you perform 999 successful heart surgeries and on the 1,001 you kill your patient, you can still be prosecuted for malpractice. So just because you did a bunch of good stuff, I just can't turn a blind eye to the blunder that you had with that damn Kai Havertz deal. if there was such a thing. Big up to Boateng. DG doesn't rate Mertesack's work in the academy. I mean, it's okay. I didn't watch the academy much, but we see some of the talent that comes out of there. Okay, great, but I just think it shouldn't be headline news that Purr is leaving Arsenal. Like, he's been there for time. Okay, great, right? He's been there for time. He's done well, and he's moving on to something else. But that too much is being made of it because it's an Arsenal story. Everyone has to say something about it, and then it becomes sensationalized for no reason. Because can anyone tell me who's the academy coach of Man City right now? No one knows, and I guarantee if they leave Man City, anyone tell me who's the academy coach of Liverpool right now? If they leave Liverpool, it's not news. So this is what I'm saying, Sheldon. It's not a football thing. It's an Arsenal thing. How is that the Arsenal academy coach is leaving and it's front page news for every content creator in Sky Sports? Who's the academy director for Chelsea? If he decides to leave today, no one gives a fuck. But for some reason, it's Arsenal in this national news. Like, brother, I think he's one of the best academy managers in the world right now. Don't be shocked if Bayern and Dortmund give him a job. Dortmund, yeah, I can see it. I mean, he can go to Dortmund and try to use it as a stepping stone to get to the Bayern job when company leaves, essentially. But those German jobs aren't really attracting right now. You're pretty much competing for second every year. Mertesacker was signed at the same time at Arteta after the 8-2 loss to Man United. Slow Mertesacker, man. Slow guy. Watching that guy run was I hear it. Newcastle, I want nothing to do with Haaland in a one-off. In a one-off, Haaland typically doesn't play well. Remember the final against Palace? He didn't even want the penalty. He gave the penalty to someone else, and they missed it, or Henderson saved it. In the Champions League final, Rodri to the rescue. He wasn't good. He wasn't good in the semis against Real Madrid. Kevin De Bruyne had to score. Like, Haaland will score you a bunch of goals in key moments here and there, but in finals and semifinals, he hasn't been great. So, but I hear what you're saying still. I rather Newcastle because they don't have an Isak over there. Even though Wantamade has done well, he is not in the form that Isak was in last year. Last year Isak was unplayable, especially against us. He it was like he was auditioning for a big move when he turned up at the Emirates. And hey, it did. They got him a move. Chelsea win the Carabao. Nah, bro. I think we beat them. I think we get by them. Oh my days, these man here, you know. Big up to the Jenna. Man like Jason Guna. Manners and respect, my brother. Everything blessed, yeah? Manners and respect. Big up to Binks. Big up to Binks, man. The first lady of the spaces. Hope you're good. Endo said, to be fair, Ty was the same when Wenger was manager. Arsenal is his life. He doesn't do it for this. Yeah. The thing is, Ty generally believes what he says, but I think them other men over at AFTV say it to be on AFTV. You know what I'm saying? I think Ty generally believes this, but this brother, I don't think he generally believes this right
There
now.
is not currently a better manager in world football than Mikel Arteta.
He doesn't believe that shit. He's saying that shit to just ingratiate himself with the AFTV faithful. But if that was Ty would genuinely believe that. Ty believes we're bigger than Real Madrid. Look at these two, man. I swear to God. We got women in the house, fellas. You know, we got we got Binks in the house. We watch our mouth when we around ladies, fellas. Remember? Them other men can't carry out quad ambitions on their oil money. It's Fugazi. Madrid and their corruption, no chance. Barca can't pay enough refs. The whole world is against us. We're used to this. Man said the whole world is against us, you know. The whole world are waiting for this. So make the beat drop out. So if the whole world is against us, it's not happening. And that's just too much. That's too many powers that be to fight. We can't. You know, but you know what, Boy Ted? Here's where I'll give Boy Ted credit. The chest that you have for the quad, get a little bit of confidence that we won't end the season trophyless. Because you know how I say that Ty really believes the shit that he says? I really believe that you believe that. So if you believe that we are good enough, strong enough against all the odds to win 4 trophies, based on that logical train of thought, there is no way we can go from 4 to 0. And I'm okay with 2. I'll be over the moon with 4. I'll be unbearable with 3. I'll be a little disappointed with 1, but I'm okay with 2. So you think we can do 4? There is no way a squad that's good to do 4 at this stage of the season will walk away with nothing. That's what I'm on. All these ops aren't used to the game board being so hostile. Okay. Leave y'all mad at it right there. Hendo says, spot on BBK. People are trying to make a storm in the teacup for Merseyside leaving the academy. He's moving on, you know. And this is the thing. Per moving on will give someone else an opportunity. That's what usually happens, right? Hey, I've done well here. I'm going to move on. I'm going to give someone else an opportunity, right? So kind of we can take some silver lining in that and be like, okay, Arteta, you have done well, quote unquote, well, with quotation marks, at the end of the season, and then you move on, especially if we go from a potential 4 to 0 trophies. And then you move on and you give someone else a chance, yeah? Shit or get off the pot, you know. You can't be stuck in an abusive relationship for someone that they say they're gonna marry you. They're blocking your real blessing. Your real husband is out there, but you stuck with this dickhead. You know, Per was really good with the academy. He would be a massive loss, says Darren. Massive opportunity for someone to step in and see what show what they can do. But I hear it. I reckon. Big up to Godfrey, man, my brother, Godfrey. I reckon we could beat City in a one-off in a final. Yeah, I fancy us against any one of them. Every single one. The US is the limits as a title. Right, he has the 3rd radius of an oil tank. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And speaking of Per Mertesacker, did the Mertesacker play in the 2017 FA Cup final? Did he not start in that final? If my memory serves me correctly, he did. And we won that against a Premier League winning Chelsea team. that was better than us. This is what I'm saying. That in a final, it's a one-off. I fancy us at Wembley. Especially, you know what I'm saying? So get us there. Uh, I give Ty leeway. He's obviously not all the way there. He's all the way Arsenal. So maybe all the Arsenal stuff in his brain takes up space where the common sense should go. I still don't want Newcastle again. You imagine we get to a final and lose to Newcastle again? I will never hear the end of this shit from the Jordy Dread, you know. Ah man, that damn Jordy Dread brother. Him and D-Man. We'll never hear the end of it. BBK score prediction for Newcastle tonight, says Blacks. I'm going 1-1. It's that same James Park, yeah? I'm going 1-1. I think City will get the better of a Etihad, but I do think Watamade, Wissa, Barnes, Gordon, Tonali late runs will cause problems for that Man City defense or the lack thereof. You know, 1-1. And I hope it takes a lot out of them. A lot out of them for the early kickoff that they got for the Manchester Derby on Saturday. Guna SC says 2-0 City and 2-0 Chelsea. Hurrah! Chelsea, clean sheet. Binks, 2-1 City. Okay. I'm going for a 1-1. 1-1 for me. Big up to Brian. We should have never have sacked Mike Vrabel. You know what? Big up to Mike. Mike is doing his thing. You know, I don't like the Patriots. I can't stand them either because of their dominance, that dynasty and all that there. But yeah, Mike Vrabel, it's a hell of a story to go back to England because Tom Brady was there for so long and Tom Brady is the GOAT. He is the GOAT. People forget just how good that New England defense was. That New England defense was the reason why they did that first three-peat, a big part of it. You know, with Mike Vrabel, Teddy Bruschi, Troy Brown, and them boys. But to see Mike Vrabel go back and do that type of bits, you know, it's mad. Big up to Sabi in the house, Sabi Pinky. Take off your panty now. Big you up, baby girl. Hope you are good. Darren returning the depths to Sabi. I hope we use the correct ball this time. I'll be glad with an Arteta sacking. That would be a trophy. You know what would be dope? If we win it, if both happen, like we win and it's happen. Say we win the domestic double, which I'm cool with. I said I'm good with the FA Cup and the Carabao. And then Bertha says, "Hey, I know you win the Carabao and the FA Cup, but you know the Champions League and the Premier League was the target of the club, and you failed. So thank you for these 2 trophies and move on." Yeah, shit. Then the 24-hour stream is still happening. I'm gonna become such a gremlin at the end of the season. I mean, goblin settings, brother. I mean, the season goes the way you're predicting it to go. Who can tell you shit? You know, you don't have enough hands to hold all the trophies that we're gonna win according to you. So you need a shopping cart. You know, you need a shopping cart to leave the trophy store. You know, when it's over for board 10, it's mad. Newcastle beat high-flying Liverpool in last season's Carabao Cup. It did, but I think last year's Newcastle had something about them, you know. And the goal that they scored in the final, right? That Isak type goal when he got the ball on a half turn, looked up and saw Van Dijk and just slapped it in the top corner from 25 yards. Watamade is not that guy. Watamade is getting that ball and he's laying off a pass and he's going to run into the box for service. You know, they don't have that. Like Isak has been shit this year for Liverpool, but Isak last year was unplayable, especially in this competition. You know, let's get the first one, Dio. March 22nd. Let's talk. Let's talk after March 22nd. Matter of fact, we can have dialogue tomorrow after we beat Chelsea. right? Because we beat Chelsea tomorrow. For all intents and purposes, we're in the final. Because I don't think they can come to the Emirates and do no remontada. But even if we draw, I still fancy us to go through. But March 22nd is when that conversation really gets on the road. I still don't get where you get this quad belief from, Boyton. We added players, but it's the same shit manager playing these players. I guess I get to laugh at you in May. That's the thing. We really don't want to laugh at you. But we'll be in so much pain. I might not even be able to laugh if we fuck off another Premier League. City will prevail 2-0. That's Hendo. 2-2. I can vibe with this. Newcastle on a good day after they come prepared. Yeah, you don't want them. Yeah, I hear it. 3-0 Newcastle. City are gonna clamp them mans. But do we think City can keep Newcastle at bay for 90 minutes at St. James's Park? I'm saying this City defense, it's not good. We know they're not good. He knows that their defense is not good. Newcastle know that the City defense is not good. I've done my part. You're either on the train or you aren't, man. That's a fast-moving train, boy, 10. And like most trains will stop, slow down, stop, doors open, people get off, people get on. The quad train doesn't stop. Like the only thing the quad train does, it goes by at full speed, but the doors are open. So you have to be on the damn ledge, and you got to time your jump perfectly. So you have to leap before the damn door gets to you. And more often than not, you're going to miss. That's a fast-moving train. It's not that I don't want to get on it, brother. I can't. It's moving too fast. Who's driving that train? Is it Mikel? Is he a licensed engineer? I don't know, man. It's a hell of a leap for me. For anyone who is reserved, it's a hell of a leap to go from none to all. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it's an imaginary train. Big up to Kwaja. Big up to the doctor. And I said, you ain't just on the train. You are shoveling the coal for the steam boiler on the train. That steam engine, Prediction tonight is 2-2. I'm going for a 1-1, but a 2-2 I'm calm with, And, hey, Newcastle rise, Show us that you don't just have strength for Arsenal in semifinals of the EFL Cup, yeah? Show the world that you're not Isak FC. Show the world that you can punch up Man City in a semifinal. Go ahead and beat them. The hell with my 1-1. The hell with Paja's 2-2. Beat them 3-0, like Wahaha says. You man didn't get me on no trophy train last 2 seasons. I wasn't a part of that delusion. There was a Premier League trophy at the Emirates on Super Sunday on 23-24. When it's that close, it's not delusion. Right? When you went on the title charge the year before, right? When you brought in £100 million signing in Declan Rice, title-winning expectations. We went into that season with title-winning expectations for the first time in a long time. I want to say the first time since 2008. And fair play, brought it down to the last day, but still needed help because we fluffed our lines against Villa. Big up to the doctor. Hope you're a good man. I'm getting judged, but you men were judged time ago for still talking about title fights post-December collapse in the past 2 seasons. There's a lot to be said over the past 2 seasons. The past 2 seasons, if anything, should give you pause than it should give you confidence, if you ask me. I think the delusion is even worse. Big up to Blacks. I'd be happy if we pulled a Spurs/Ange. Yeah, that 17th place finish is an eyesore still, But I expect nothing but the worst for Tottenham. I hope that man gets slapped up giving hope for the playoff, for the Champions League, and then lose that. And then when we do have the quad parade, like Boy 10 says, we'll parade all 4 trophies past the toilet bowl the same way they drove past the Emirates with their Europa League. Doctor says it'll only be further downward spiral. Now, if you're confident enough that we can do a quad, surely this would be the biggest colossal fuck up of all time if he leaves with nothing. I don't care that we're how many points ahead in prior seasons. When those Decembers hit, the seasons were over. Just because you pick the old delusions doesn't mean they're not delusions. If the current season ends with a February collapse, I'll tell you. Until then, quad is loading. Run me my quad. Hey, brother. The chest is. But you know what? I would have loved for you to be here just 2 weeks ago when the lead was 2 points saying all this. That's the disconnect for me. It's not that you're back in the safe zone because it's back to 6. And I might be in the minority, but I do expect Man United to get something out of the Manchester derby. I do. I don't know what you're saying, Wahaha. I do expect Man United to get something at the weekend. So it could potentially go from 6 to 8. But I would have loved to have this conversation when the lead was back down to 2 a couple of weeks ago to see if the chest was still there. You just like the word quiet. It ain't happening. It's never been done. Big up to the assemble. Kool-Aid drinking should be presented with reality, BBK. Kool-Aid. The Jim Jones effect, yeah? Hope Ramsdale will be concentrating in goal. Oh, I remember Ramsdale. Oh, for fuck's sake. Is Pope hurt? Is Nick Pope injured? Or he is... Because I understand this is your cup keeper and all that shit. But that's only up to a point. Because if we get to the final at Wembley, I'm not sure Mikel keeps Kepa. It's a final. Now, I won't be upset if he goes with Kepa versus Chelsea tomorrow. Cool, whatever. But if Pope is their number 1 goalkeeper, you are facing Manchester City. You're not playing fucking MK Dons, bro. The bullet train is going supersonic. They don't even have this in Japan. All aboard. I'm on the horse on a cart, says Binks. Yeah. Getting there. Army style. I know these trains are still in Albania, abandoned, don't even use them anymore. Yeah. This can't happen. This cannot happen, Guna SE. Big up to the Jason Guna again. Say, any other day, Boy 10 still at it with everybody. Another day. The sad part, it won't end until May when the results. It can end on March 22nd. If March 22nd, matter of fact, it can end on February 3rd. That's what we pay the second leg of the Carabao. So it could end then. I don't expect it to, because I do expect us to beat Chelsea over 2 legs. I do. Favor us. Advantage us. Don't lose the first game. Win it or draw it. Second game at the Emirates. Advantage you. Build you up to tear you down. That's what this is right here. It's the pride always comes before the fall, they say. Big up the social again. Say, damn, sucks. Newcastle game will be a much better game to view than ours, especially if Newcastle pull it out. You think they can get something, man? I want to see how Eddie Howe attacks this Man City defense. Or he's gonna do let's sit back and invite pressure onto it. Don't do that shit, bro. Do not give Erling Haaland multiple chances at your goal. Possess the ball sometimes. Make them defend. They do not like. See that Bernardo Silva. You make him run in the midfield without the ball for too long, gets frustrated and start kicking, man. He doesn't like to defend. He's a rat. I don't know. I think it's something in the Portuguese air. They just produce all these rats on the pitch. A monster. The blunder man train is never late. That trophy they flaunted at the Emirates, we lost one in December last season. December where where the actual season have ended. All that happens has been fluff. 2022, 23, 24, we didn't lose the league in December, bro. There was a Premier League trophy at the Emirates that day. And the first season that we lost it at Anfield where we were up 2-0. That wasn't December. We went away at West Ham and was up 2-0. That wasn't December. When we conceded 3 goals at home to Southampton, relegation Southampton, that wasn't December. I don't know where this December myth is coming from. That we lost the league in December. No, we didn't. We were top. We were top at December. We were top of the league in match week 36. Yeah, it's not December. I don't know where the December thing is coming from. It's on ITV for us in the UK. Those abroad use VPN access ITV online website X to see the match. Yeah, I'll get it on my Prime app. Never predict Arteta to win a trophy. Top of the league for 93%. Selective memory be selective. Yeah, boy, 10. You're factually off with that December thing. It's not. Big up to BX Gunner. Nah, he's not. I promise you, boy, Ted is not a teenager. He's a grown ass man with chest for the quad. And boy, if he is right, Arsenal Football Club, history on top of history. Quad just said, my Newcastle combined 11. Donna Ramon, Nunes, the Botman, O'Reilly, Rodri, Bruno G, Sharky, Doku, Foden, Holland. I'll probably put Semenya over Doku, to be honest. And probably, it's a toss-up between Lewis Hall and O'Reilly, but yeah, I'll just O'Reilly. It's been good this year, to be fair. Yeah, man. Big up Kwaja. I was saying the quad is still on anywhere I was active. 2 points, 1 point. Nah, you weren't here. You weren't here because we were looking for you. I promise you weren't here. Man came in here every single day looking for you, and you weren't here. So that's true. That's not true, but we do know it's true. What we do know to be true is that when the boss touches down, we do what the boss wants. So people, you already know what time it is. The boss of the chat, man like E. Ross is in the building. Big him up every time.
Where them I know, where them I try.
Welcome. Why? Left and right, just a come. Left and right, for to be nothing to discuss.
Out in the street, they call it murder. Maybach music.
You know who he is, people. You know who he is. The man who taught fire how to be cool. That is E. Ross. Big him up every time. The legend himself is here. I said this months ago. I have us down to win the quad. I hear you, bro. But I'm telling you, you're not being honest because you weren't here. You deliberately avoided the space. I seen you in Waffle Don's chat. Waffle Don redirected to me. Everyone made it over here but you. That's an accident. That is not an accident. We have the receipts, bro. You know what I'm saying? Every single day, man, let me hear, where's Boy 10? Where's Boy 10? No, I seen him on Don't Waste a Trip with Gary, because I'm over there. BX Gunner's over there. I'm over there. I'm in Waffle Don's chat. I see him. I see you over there. I see Nems. You weren't here. Now, I'm not saying you have to be here. I don't have any. You have no obligation to watch my channel, watch my content, but to say you deliberately pick and chose where you wanted to be when it was a 2-point lead. We're going to keep the conversation honest, because if we don't keep it honest, then it's not valid. I'm ready for the goal difference is going down at the last minute injury time of the season cinema. I hear it. At the start of the season, if you said we're getting the quad, it has some substance behind it, but an Arsenal quad is based on blind hope and faith. And you know what the thing is? Between Arsenal fans and City fans, if City fans should be the ones saying quad, they're in every competition we're in. And they have a treble-winning manager, right? So they are closer to a quad than we've ever been. And I haven't heard one City fan, not one, say it. Every single fan this year that says quad. It was Liverpool fans at the start of the season, like Liverpool Leo, and Arsenal fans. That team is managerless. That team can't even beat Grimsby. You're expecting something from them. Yeah. They went to Anfield and won. Yeah. I'm expecting them to get I won't reveal my prediction, but yeah, I mean, it's not crazy to say they will get something out of that game, bro. After that win the Liverpool had, you should be, that's at the start of the season. If a certain someone was genuinely confident about the quad, they wouldn't be trying to convince everyone about it. Confidence is like Teddy Roosevelt, speak softly and carry a big stick. That's what the man said. You lack ambition, lack belief. Even after Isak and Ekatika and Vets, still no chess. Show me the bus. I want to see H Cup. True, I forgot he said quad or nothing. Yeah, man, quad or nothing. That's the daily double. You remember, man, used to watch Jeopardy when Alex Trebek was on Jeopardy. I don't know if people still watch Jeopardy or is still on. But man, we have like $22,000 and they win the daily double. And I want to make this a true daily double. Then you see his wife in the audience go, this motherfucker about to lose all the money. True daily double turned 22,000 into 44,000. Hey, Boy 10 is doubling down, quadrupling down. Imagine Palace had beaten us on pens. We'd never hear the end of it. Yep. Hey, I'm pretty sure Boy 10's chest went in his mouth when he equalized at the Emirates too. You know? From nothing to quad, it's a leap, man. It's a hell of a leap, brother. Saying quad is tantamount to saying Jamaica will win the World Cup. We got to make it there. We got to make it there, my G. This summer is going to be outrageous. The sun is out. Man, listen, Boy 10, I want to be at the parade in June, buying you the beer that I said I would at my table, my bro. I want to be at the parade shaking your motherfucking hand and said, hey, I didn't believe in you. I'm not going to say I'm sorry for not believing you because I have very valid reasons why I don't believe, But what I'll say is you did believe. You believed, didn't. And here we are. So congrats to us, right? Because we're out here popping bottles. Everyone has an equal right to believe their own thoughts, but trying to negotiate against yourself is another issue entirely, says the assembled. Bruno, I would agree. You see his account getting hacked? Nah. But he was the number one rat that I was talking about. Bernardo Silva, him. You called him a Silva rat? Nah. It's just it's a Portuguese thing, I think. It's something out there in the air. Because if you look at the game against Man United with that, what's the kid name? Shea Lacey got a red card, right? For petulance, for throwing the ball. Now, a 16-year-old kid gets a red card for petulance and gets you knocked out of a cup. The captain should be able to go scold him. Bruno can't because Bruno is petulant every fucking game. He does childish shit every single, so he can't even go scold the kid. So the kid see his captain doing it every game, and this one gets himself sent off in a knockout game in the only competition that you could win this season. Leadership matters. 16-year-old kids are very young, very impressionable. So when he sees his captain does all that rat shit day in, day out, he goes out there and emulates it, gets himself sent off. Last year, we lost the league in October. Last year, brother, we were nowhere close to the league title last year. Like, I'm genuinely saying last year there was no title race. There was no title race last year, and there was no title race in 1920 when Liverpool won it. Liverpool started strong, finished strong, blissed the league. There was no challenge. Wasn't. That's an H cup. I can't get that. Big up to the Don. That is E. Ross, man. Big him up. 23-24 lost to West Ham and Fulham in December. That's the league over. No, this is factually not true. No. Because we were still top. No, brother. No. We lost the league. We were 2-0 up at Anfield. This had to be March or April. The 3-3 at home versus Southampton. In the year before that. No one will want to believe me until the ride is over. No, we don't want to believe you because it's a wild take. Maybach music. Big up to Terrell. What you telling me, Tyrell? You good, yeah? Manners and respect. The general in the building, man. You know what it is. I said anywhere I was active. I'm active on a lot of brother. I get it. But I'm saying I have eyes. You know what I'm saying? And I see, we'll leave it there. We'll leave it there. I guarantee you the lead disappears or goes back to 2, you won't be here. I'm not summoning you to the BBK Sports Chat. I'm just saying these men in the chat are active. These men in the chat have the receipts and they know what you said. And when the league disappeared, they came here looking for you. You weren't here. But we saw you everywhere else. I don't understand how it is when I tell men in November that we got this, even on goal difference, they think I'm going to move. Hey. Oedipus's mother as an Eros complex. Hey, well, how high is on smoke, Gunfire, blacks. Hey, yeah, man. I do a little mix it, a little bit of razzle dazzle every now and then. I haven't done a party in a while, but I might get back on my DJ thing now. I didn't want to bother the stream today because there's not much to discuss. Well, there's plenty to discuss. There's always discourse when it's my quadruple boy tell big up yourself, sportsman. Yeah, don't run. Now you guys are panicking over draws. I must show up for your therapy sessions. But the thing is, you don't need to lose games okay. Panicking over draws. The reason why we're 6 points clear is because Manchester City have drawn 3 games in a row. Man City have not lost. Why are they 6 points behind? Why are you able to have chest now? Because it's 6 points, right? But they haven't lost. So do you think over the next 17 games, do you think it's possible that Arsenal can draw 3 games in a row? And the hell with 3 games in a row. They don't have to be 3 in a row. 3 points, 3 games drawn is 6 points dropped, whether there's consecutive or not. That's all City need. That's all we needed to go 6 points clear of them. They draw, we can draw. We're not immune from a 3-game skid draws. We don't need to lose. So you say we're panicking over draw. It's 2 points drop. And I think that is very interesting. You know, I'm on the quad train. Didn't buy the ticket though. You about to get tossed off that man. Ener. Jan. Oh Lord. Right, these Ener. Big up to stop being cocky. That's what's messing us up every time. Relax. Game by game. Endo said, and March, April will be the exact same situation. You know, there's a meme that someone sent me last year as soon as we fucked it and said, you know, why argue with an Arsenal fan when you can just wait? Just wait and see what happens. Hell yeah, we are still watching Jeopardy out here. You know it. Yeah, I know you watch it. Oh, Ken Jennings is the host right now, right? The guy that won it for like a year straight or some shit like that. I'll take that for 300, please, Alex. Hey, big up. Big up to Jagans. Manners and respect, my G. Large up. Yes, man. Yes. He's back. Guarantees absolutely nothing, but everyone expected us to believe a quad is coming. The delusion is outdoing the delusion. Blunderman, master of disaster. False sense of security is a crazy thing. Lunarica said, did I miss it? Big up BBK, man. Big you up, man. Appreciate you. Whenever you get here, my G. Ain't nothing to miss, so you can always catch it on the watch back. Love for that. Not much to discuss. He's trying to convince everyone for a quad. Now, you know what the thing is, right? From outside looking in, you know, someone will look at it like a family meeting and say, they should be on board with him because you should want your team to win the quad. And I'm here to say, obviously, we all want this to happen, but we're not going with the possibility of it. We're going with what's the proper probability of us winning a quad. You know, a team that's never won the champs, a team that's never done a triple, a team that hasn't won anything in the past 6 years is going to go and win every single trophy available. It's highly unlikely. Highly. So asking me not to believe that, I think is a rational train of thought. Man, big up, man. Hey, there you go. The indoor football, Jagans. Football. We don't know what name soccer. Hey, big up to you, my G. Hit the 350 subs today. Good. Hey. Congrats to Guna Rican. And if there's anyone in here who 23 locked in, go over there and give Guna Rican a cheeky sub. Get him to 351. Big up, man. All right, high on dopamine, you lose if you draw. No, I just the idea that we shouldn't that we're panicking because we drew a couple of games. I'm like, Man City drew 3 games in a row is what's giving us the lead back, the lead that we almost fucked away at Stadium of Light, losing at Villa Park and all that. You know, City haven't lost; they've drawn games. If they can, we can. Is what I'm saying. Connor off the ball bully Gallagher. Let's all laugh at Tottenham. You know, from what I'm hearing, he's got good personality, and he's gonna help the Tottenham midfield and all that stuff. And I'm hearing there were links to Villa yesterday, and part of me started to believe. Was there really links to Villa, or was that the agent just doing agent things? Because agents, they do this, they do this type of shit. They'll throw out a story, they'll talk to this guy, they'll talk to Fabrizio and say we're about to go meet with Villa. They'll even literally book a flight and say they're on their way to Birmingham to do X, Y, and Z and force Tottenham to react. Because if the choices are Villa and Tottenham and you're Conor Gallagher, Villa have a realistic shot of winning the Europa League this year. One, you can get Bodo Glimt in the fucking semifinal, like Tottenham did. That's what happens in the Europa League, yeah? or a team of that ilk, because I think Bodo Glimt are in the champs this year. Villa has a realistic chance of winning that because they have Mr. Europa as their manager. You know what I mean? And Villa are more inclined to play Champions League football next year. Tottenham have no chance of winning the Champions League. Tottenham has as much chance of winning the Champions League as if we do winning the quad. So Villa, Unai Emery, better coach, team in a better place. If the choices were there, surely he would go to Villa. But he's going to Tottenham. Maybe Tottenham was just the only one in for him, you know? And then, the agent's doing his job. Get that big commission. Saliba and Trossard might be injured. Mascara and Carabao and Dauman, Max, still a few weeks away. Yeah, I don't expect to see Mascara, or none of these guys back until February. I think Arteta's playing chess, playing poker with Saliba and Trossard. I think they both fit, and I think they both play. But even I'll be more worried about the Saliba one than Trossard. We actually have cover there. Can't afford any more defensive injuries, I'm being honest. Obviously, we want our Arsenal to win the quad. We're famished for silverware. There's a better chance if Ray Charles comes back from the dead and sing Georgia, Georgia. Georgia on my mind at the future wedding. Doc, you're wild for that one, Sound like you found someone, Doc. Hey. Yeah, man has that respect. Yeah, man, you live at fire too long with soccer. Nah, bro. We play football. You know, do no trucks and play football. You can't get them guys not at all. But we're winning. We're in the final, mate. If Spurs sign Lamine Yamal or Ousmane Dembele, would you all laugh at Spurs? That would never happen. Never, ever, ever happen. Saliba and Trossard were both rested yesterday. No injury concerns. Mascara has stepped up with his recovery and is expecting a closing in on a return. Quaj, the news update. Haha says, I was reading about Villa, but selling him immediately, a better deal for Atletico than loan. Villa were trying to pull. Okay, I hear it. Confirmed, Simon Hooper has been appointed. I don't know what that is supposed to mean. Like, all these refs are shit. Anthony Taylor was the Liverpool Arsenal match referee. He's usually shit, but he was okay in that game. So, we'll see. Just like Spurs have no chance of winning the Europa League last year. Who said that? I never said that. The Europa League, anyone has a chance of winning the Europa League. It's not the same. The Champions League teams don't drop down. I think we would have won the Europa League if we had goddamn Bodo Glimt in the semifinal and that shit United team in the semifinal. So are you saying this that you think Spurs can win the Champions League? Like, what are we doing? Hey, go to SE. Are you watching from a phone or a tablet? If you're watching from a phone or a tablet, if you're watching from a phone, put the phone up to your ear. If you're watching from a computer, lean in a little bit. Yeah, they have no chance. I'm saying it right. You see how Boy Ted have chance that we're winning the quad. Tottenham have no fucking chance of winning the Champions League. My point. Villa has a better chance of winning the Europa League than Tottenham has of winning the Champions League. That's what I'm saying. I don't think that's a controversial take. They won the Europa League because the Europa League has been shit. Bodo Glimt in the semifinal, bro. Bodo. That's how they got to the final. Klopp to Madrid. Is he going to do that for his legacy? It's a shit job, The Real Madrid are becoming to the point where they're like Standards FC and they're going to ruin their club. Like, there's only so many managers who are going to be like, you know what, this shit is worth me putting a blemish on my record because I know this is going to end badly. It ended badly for the best managers in the world. What the hell did Xavi Alonso think he was going to do there? I'm surprised he lasts past Christmas. I'm shocked that he lasted that long. But if you're Zidane, you're in a special space where your legacy is cemented. You did back-to-back Champions League. Probably will never be done before. And you are Mr. Madrid. Your playing days spoke for themselves. You know what I'm saying? And you did the thing as a manager. But, brother, it ended bad for Mourinho twice. It ended bad for Don Carlo. He thinking he was going to go there and do it. He thought he was special. This is what I mean by the ego of these managers. You know, they think they're so good. It's literally the most toxic job in football. It's more toxic than Chelsea under Roman. Arteta has confirmed that Calafiori and Pierre Nkappi are unavailable. We're not fair. I did not expect none of them to feature. And this right here is just him playing poker. He might come back, but he'd be singing, "What a Wonderful World." This comment section, I swear to God, this chat be goated. Actually, there's a better chance of us signing Pele than us ever winning silverware again. Arteta won't be at the club forever, my G. You know, our chance of winning will exponentially rise when he leaves, depending on who we hire, of course. You know what I'm saying? Hope Simon Hooper gives all your players the Shane Lacey treatment. Shane Lacey. Nah, Shane Lacey learned that from his daddy Bruno. Run around the pitch, and just moan when shit don't go your way. Every time he got on the ball, you heard the crowd. The crowd got hyped every time he got on the ball. Now he's feeling good about himself. He's feeling himself. But when you see the leader of your football club whinge at every whistle, he's just, you do an x-ray on him, boy. I swear you see a giant B. He's just made of bitch. You know? So he learned from his captain. And Bruno cannot step to him and be like, why did you do that? The kid is going to turn around and like, motherfucker, you do that shit every game. And you're 31. You're twice my age. And then if there's anyone with an ounce of leadership in that dressing room, we'll be like, yeah, Bruno. I seen Sancho told him to stop moaning during in-game, mid-game. Yep. I said that. And I'm sticking to it. Spurs, no chance of winning the Champions League. That's why you get a slap. So Arteta lost to Amarin in the Europa League attempt. Better to win versus Bodo to be real. Now the overarching point is that the Europa League last year, anyone had a chance to win it, to include Tottenham. That's why they won it. You know, playing PSG in the final and you're playing Bodo Glimt in the semifinal. You know what I'm saying? It's levels. The Europa League was actually more competitive when the Champions League teams dropped down to it. But now with the creation of the Conference League and this, you know, the expansion of the Champions League to 36 teams, the quality of the Europa League will get worse and worse. Look at beautiful days back then. Yep. Another Alonso, another system coach. System coaches are oil sales. You can't ask attackers to do win-back shifts for your system. These system coaches prioritize running instead of coaching attack. Well, he is just another name in the long list of names of managers who had something good where they were, saw greener grass, right, and left, right? This is nothing. You got you a good wife at home and you leave her for the big booty bitch down at the club. You know, she looks better. And then this is the woman for you, bro. Leverkusen is your woman. She's giving you a platform. You know, to showcase the talent, your talent to the world. That, hey, you're good at this, and you can be successful here. But one, oh man, invincible. Oh shit, Madrid is calling. He went and you ruined your career for the most part. Now, will Liverpool hire him? Liverpool, the Real Madrid of England, is what some Liverpool fans call themselves. Are you going to go for the Real Madrid throwaway now? That's what he is. As a manager, as a footballer, Hall of Fame. But as a coach, now you're not even remembered as the guy who did an invincible at Leverkusen. You're known as a throwaway for Real Madrid. Couldn't even survive a year. Graham Potter settings. Yeah, Graham Potter's to Chelsea. Yeah, should have stayed your ass at Brighton another year, another two. It's an unbelievable opportunity. I can't turn it down. Right? And you can cut and paste the script of what Graham Potter said at his press conference to the same shit that Liam Rosenior said at his press conference. Unbelievable opportunity, unbelievable club, blah, blah, blah. 18 months later, another manager will be saying the same shit at Chelsea. You know? The almighty Amorim dropped from UCL to slap Arteta up. I mean, I don't know why you're saying that. Like you think I'm going to defend Arteta. The system thing is completely destroying football standards. It's not football. You know what I'm saying? It gets figured out very quickly. Especially at Real Madrid, where you have all these divas, all these diva players. Mbappe, Vinicius, Jude. There's some serious egos amongst these young men, you know. Back in the day, you had to put some serious work in to have an ego. And now, man, I got an endorsement deal. I'm at Madrid at 20. I'm starting for England. Not going to do no extra running. Get completely bopped off the park by Barcelona. Just don't know. Don't know where he goes from there. But he should go to Liverpool. He should. Okay, this is what Liverpool said. Matter of fact, Liverpool fans said that if it came down to Real Madrid Liverpool, he would have chosen Liverpool. Well, we know that not to be true. Because now that he's out of work and Slot is under fire, what do you do? Liverpool ain't hiring no back three coach. I hear it. The system sounds robotic. Wenger had a system. There was nothing robotic about Wenger's system. It was fluid. It was fluid. It was effective. It was potent. It was consistent. Right? Like we would play a certain style of football regardless of who the opponent was. Right? This is how we play. You know what we're going to do. But you can't stop it. Why? Because the ball moves quicker than the man. We're going to pass through you. System coaching isn't running. System coaches are the biggest babies. I want to play like this and that and do this. What the fuck you need a sideman coach when you got these coaches are trying to be all up in the videos, all up on the record, dancing. Don't go to Real Madrid. Don't go to Barcelona. Don't go to Liverpool. Come to Arsenal. Sugarnakis. Sugarnakis will be all up in the building. 27 likes says the assembled. Big up the assembled, man. My G. Yeah, I don't know what the hell I was on this morning talking about. Bring back Amorim then. Bring back Amorim, Wahaha, since you love fucking Amorim so much. Amorim and Arteta, two cheeks of the same ass, you know. Big up DJ Stacy. Hey, big you up, G. What's up, bro? Would you take a draw tomorrow? and the win at the Emirates. Yeah. I think the worst result we get is a draw. I don't think we lose the game. You know what I'm saying? But I think if we win tomorrow, then yeah, Chelsea was just gonna roll over when they come to the Emirates. They're not that team. They're not Remontada FC, especially at the carpet. But yeah, that gets us in the final, so I'll take it. The final is the goal. However we get there. But Arsenal Football Club, we have a habit of making shit difficult. We do, and we can still get through. We can still win tomorrow, and make it difficult for ourselves. We're the best at that as well. Arsenal Football Club are the best at making winning difficult. For example, up 1-0, sit back. Concede, then we're fighting for our lives. Make it difficult instead of going to kill off the game. But yeah, the end goal is to get to Wembley, wait on City or Newcastle. So I'm here for it. However we get there. Suge Knight settings, man. Death Row. Nothing but a gangster party. So I'm just happy I'm free from the fraud. So what you saying about this Carrick thing? You good, yeah? You good with Carrick? Carrick finishes top 6. He's getting the job permanently. Know what's going on there, but you know what? You're free from the fraud, but you're also free from expectations this season. So you know what? This makes Wahaha very dangerous, in the troll space. Because when you're 40 games, when you're going to play 40 games, and you can troll the way Wahaha trolls, and you have no expectation, no responsibility, God help us. God help us when we start fucking up. God help Liverpool when you start fucking up. Wahaha will be here. He has a wrench. I'm not going to take his wrench away. I won't. So, hey, let's brace ourselves for this guy, what he's going to turn into in the next couple of months. On paper, our team does beat theirs. Yeah, I think so. And the day of here's our king. Nobody turns on their screens and watch coaches. Their importance has gotten out of hand. We shouldn't even know coaches. Just coach and be quiet. Coach attacking football. Not only do we know coaches, we know assistant coaches. We know set piece coaches' names. We even know the damn referees. Not because we want to. We know Simon Hooper, Anthony Taylor, and these men. Stuart Atwell. We know these men's names. It's not a good thing. Crazy. Wanted Carrick all the while. So yeah, okay, fair. If we could win 2-0 tomorrow, that would give us a huge advantage. 3-0 and we're through. Yeah, I think we beat Chelsea. Even by a 1-goal margin, I think we're safe. Facts on paper, but anything can happen, says E-Raw said. God bless us. This guy. Troll alert. 2-0 Chelsea tomorrow. Wow. Meltdown settings. Now, tomorrow I will be on Rashid's channel at 6:30 UK time for a preview. Now, depending on how long that preview lasts, I may or may not be available after the game because I'm going to a pub in downtown Tacoma to watch it. There's a wicked sports bar that open. It only shows football. Football, not NFL, but like football. And it's a tiny club, but the atmosphere there is great. So I've been invited back, and might be able to. I'm going to see in the future if I can set up and do some content from there. But I'm going to go watch the game there. So I may not be back. But we lose 2-0, brother. Yeah, if we lose 2-0 or I see it going that way, I'm leaving that pub early, driving back, and we can have a therapy session right after the game. Jesus, but yeah, man, that Chelsea beat us 2-0. Well, Chelsea beat us 2-0. Well, we know that. We can say bye, boy 10. He See, like he left the stream when he couldn't convince us that the quad is a thing. Yeah, don't expect to see him ever. Oh, damn, I thought our match was today. I can enjoy the Newcastle game. Yeah, man, it's staggered. Now, next week, we play on the 3rd, and they play on the... I think it's that way. We play Wednesday this week, then we play Tuesday next week. Kind of like how they do it in the Champions League. Question, when has Blunderman ever done what he was supposed to do? In a game or over the course of time? Over the course of time, in a big sample size, probably never since the FA Cup. But in the case of an isolated game, the Bayern Munich game, I remember that game, gave him credit for that game. His tactical setups and his subs were actually spot on. But none of them men were here for that stream when we were actually giving them credit for it. Saw that Skelly was getting cooked, take him off, bring on Calafiori, and we see out the game. Top Gunner's going to fry me up. Nah, I'm going 1-1. Gotcha. Here, call you everything but your name. We'll have to follow you around the spaces and defend you. How can you be surprised if Chelsea get a win? Last 3 seasons, they outplayed us at the Bridge. Weren't gonna last forever. We rolled them over. I'd be surprised because we haven't lost. Arteta has never lost there. Now, most of those games are Premier League games, but you can throw the competition out. It could be a season game at Stamford Bridge, a neutral site at the Emirates. Arsenal Chelsea is going to be a competitive fixture. But factually speaking, he's never lost there since he's been our manager. So that's something you're going to hear Kenton and them man prop up. So I don't expect us to lose the game. So, like I've said 3-4 times, that I think the worst result we get is a draw. And one of the reasons why I don't expect us to lose the game, it's not going to be a very pretty game of football to watch. So like you said today, we can watch Newcastle and we can watch Man City and we can actually enjoy some football. Yeah, but tomorrow's game will probably be a bore. It might be a period of play, like a 15-minute stretch where one team looks like they're dominating, but then it fizzles out. I think that's what it's gonna be. But I don't expect us to lose. Yep. With that, people, an hour and 20 minutes in, even with a little bit of glitches in the beginning where I had to unfuck, StreamYard made it today. I'm going to send them an email to the support. Be like, hey, you made me look like a throbbing cop this morning on YouTube Live, kicking me off the damn screen every 2 minutes, which did make me want to end the stream. But I'm glad I didn't, because we got to cook more 10, at least a little bit. But big you up. Who the hell is live right now? I think the legend that is what's his name? DJ is on right now. The Retro Show, maybe? The Retro Show is on. One second, people. DJ is my guy. The old school show. Nah, he must have not gone live yet. But either way, the Retro Kid Show. Let's see if he's there. And if he's there, he'll see the redirect. But big up, people. Love, manners, and respect every single time. Like I always say, people, take care of yourselves and each other. Until next time, we are gone.
Love and hate can never be friends. Oh no. One God, one blood, one blood. Here I come with love and not hatred. Nightmares.
But I'm so solid as a rock, they just can't stop me now.